Okay guys, here we are at the 501 Match Play 2020 Finals. Alright. Yeah. Okay. We have played, I looked at the bracket, we have played 78 matches. This will be the 79th match of this tournament and the last one. So thank everybody who's been involved. We had 40 people signed up. All that time, we've been doing this about 4.5, 5 months now, and it comes down to this. So we're at Persimmon Ridge in Greenbrier. Thank you to the Joneses for providing the beautiful course, and we're going to get it started. So teeing off first, we've got Mr. Disc Golf from Central Arkansas, Innova Ambassador James Lecy. Woo! So here you go.
Hey guys, this is Scott, your friendly neighborhood Wolfman, 501 Disc Golf Organization, and we're getting started here with the Match Play Finals. I'm joined by one of the participants in this final, Mr. John Sanders.
What's up, guys?
Hey, and we're about to watch James Lecy tee off here on this first hole. It's a what's the distance on this, John?
Man, this is just under 400. I think right at 390.
390 is what it says on the sign, and the wind was pretty up for this.
Yeah, it picked up right here too, quite a bit.
Yeah, so you guys are throwing two off the top. James's first one hyzered out pretty early, and now he grabs his wraith and he throws it out there.
And he does work with that wraith, man.
Get in.
Boom.
Yeah, that was a nice flight. Yeah, like.
All right, and now we've got.
Here we go.
He was undefeated until yesterday. He blew through bracket A. He played so nice, Lecy's got to beat him twice. John the Phenomenon. Ow! John Sanders.
And there you are, man. You had a great tournament. You had a lot of wins. You were pretty dominant in the early stages, and here you are in the final. So
Now I'm gonna follow Lecy off the top and go way up in the wind and left.
right. And is that one of your Ballista Pros?
That is. That's my more overstable one. I thought I could get it to turn into the wind, but that wasn't
Glad I'm not going to play today.
All right, but you got another shot, just like Lecy did.
That's right.
Give it a little more width on that one.
Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna give him a show at how to make this putt.
All right, yeah, that's you guys almost threw not exactly the same shots, but very similar shots on both of those shots. So here you are with your putt. You're outside the circle, I think.
Yeah, just outside.
And was the wind a factor on that one, or was it just low?
Yeah, it's definitely rolling right at us from the basket, from behind the basket. So dead headwind, and we both did the exact same thing.
Yeah, you guys are copying each other.
That's right, just for one hole.
Yeah, you both hit the pole in the wind like that. It's really hard to get that above the rim.
Yeah, and you got some jitters, some nerves. So hitting pole is still good. You know, it's not the right height, but it's on line, and that's positive.
All right, here we got the par 4, 640 feet, hole 2. Takes a couple of pretty good shots to get up there.
Mm-hmm. James is going to take the outside hyzer line, which is probably the more popular way to go. It's the way you see more of the advanced and pros players take.
Well, it's a lot more open over there, you know, and you got a lot of space before you get to the cart path. Now, what are you trying to do here?
Man, I like a turnover with a fairway driver. I like for it to be inbounds. However, that's not the case here. But usually this is a good play. It keeps you basket, like same height as the basket. It doesn't put you down on the bottom of that hill.
Yeah, but you caught the cart path and it just didn't get up over the edge, so you'll be throwing 3 here. And hit the top of the tree and just get tree-jected over there.
That's right.
So you see, this is what Lecy was playing for, this hyzer line into the basket.
Looks like he's going to bomb that wraith.
Yeah, he had a Star Destroyer off the tee there, and now he's taking that wraith and putting it into the hill there. He gets a little roll back. You don't take much time there. You just pitch.
Yeah.
Is that your P2?
That's actually a glimmer harp. It's a really overstable harp.
So you throw the harp up there, and Lecy's got this putt. He's been banging these all tournament.
Yeah, and this is for birdie.
Ooh, and you see once it got over that hill, the wind just took it and pushed it. So the wind is definitely a factor today.
Yeah, it gives me an opportunity here to maybe put a little pressure on him, even with the blunders early.
And you drill it in there for your bogey.
Yeah, another headwind putt, but yeah, just drill it in and see what he does.
But at least he's very close. And he doesn't miss a lot of those. We were talking about the tournament you had, but James had a similarly great tournament. He, except for the one loss to you at this course, he was pretty
dominant,
unstoppable. Yeah. So this is par 4, 668.
Yeah, and I
hole
love
3.
this play, man. Big turnover over the trees. With the wind, it's not really a dangerous play. It's going to put him in the middle. Still pretty far out, but right in the center.
I was down there on the fairway watching that shot, and it got down there and it had a really good flight, but then the wind just stopped it and it fell down. I mean, he could have got another, on a calm day, another 50 feet at least. And you take it to the outside a little bit.
Yeah, I really like that play. It does bring in that OB line on the left, but with the right disc, it's not really a problem.
And you end up in that tree there, I remember.
Mm-hmm.
So Lecy's still a long way from the basket. On this shot, you really got to watch out for that big cedar tree right there.
That one short left of the basket, that's
Yeah.
right. That is massive. That's like 80 feet from front to back.
Yeah, Lecy plays it up short of that. So you're under this tree, you're a little bit impeded. And go to the next tree.
That's right, man. I'm just going to follow James for a minute.
So now you've got this shot. You're looking there. It's a low ceiling going into the pin.
Yeah, this is close to where the old tee box is for hole 4, what used to be the smaller par 3, hole 4.
Right, and you just throw a line drive right into those rocks,
right.
which is an excellent play from where you were. Okay, Lecy gets caught up in the trees, well short of the basket. Well, I say well short. He's circle's edge, maybe.
This is one of my favorite greens, man. It's so beautiful and well protected.
Tosses the KC AVR up there, and it bangs off the top. It's funny how you want to be quiet when they're putting, even though this is video. And you drop it in for the par, so that'll get your point back. So you guys are all square after 3. It's a good recovery there. All right, now you guys are playing the championship layout, right? Or is it
absolutely.
the gold layout? So it's a little bit different than the regular one that people would come out to play. And you just crushed this one.
Yeah, a little much with all that wind.
Yeah, but I mean, you got so far out there.
Yeah, it was nice. That's probably one of the best tee pads in Arkansas, if not the one.
It's a lot of fun to throw from. I mean, of course, I throw it about, half that far. And Lecy, I think he's got I think that's his destroyer, and he turns it over. He exposes the bottom of that disc to the wind, and it just pushes him dead right.
Like a mirror image.
And that rough is nasty over there.
Yeah, that's a tough spot.
Here's where James landed. It's rough. He's way in there.
But if
There's
someone
a
can
small-
get out, man, I'm sure it's James.
Yeah.
He's been playing golf for a long time, so he's been in it before.
This kind of goes out too, but
Yeah, you can see he's
depending on what you want.
got a tunnel there, but I mean, look at all this stuff in between him and the sunlight here.
Yeah, I didn't go in there with him. This is pretty rough.
So he just pitches it out there. He gets a little roll
I was unaware that he made that play.
and tries to go up, but I think he catches another branch and it just comes straight down. So there he's laying 4. You haven't thrown your second shot.
Yeah, and at this point, he's conceded the hole.
Yeah.
He knows to get away from that kind of frustration and start fresh on a new hole.
Right, and that's one of the great things about match play is, even if you get a 7 or an 8 on one hole, it's just 1 point.
That's right.
So you got to play the strategy. James saw there was no way to salvage that one, so he cut his losses and come out here. Now this is usually a pretty birdieable hole here, this forehand 202 feet, but you guys both end up off the fairway.
Hey, it's got teeth, man. It is short, but it has got some teeth on it.
Yeah, so
That was a beautiful upshot.
yeah, Lecy, like you were saying, he knows how to get up to the basket from wherever. And you give that a nice run. That was a floaty little thing there. Could have swung in there, but it just didn't.
Yeah, I liked it out of my hand for sure.
All right, so you guys will clean up the par, and that'll be a push. And yeah, the score has you at 1 up, but I think it's actually all square.
Yeah. It's 1 up when I took hole 4 on it.
Oh yeah,
so
that's right. We just talked about hole 4, and now you're.
Look at that wind, man. You can
forgot
hear
about
it. It was
Yeah,
howling
just
on this hole.
howling on that. You got 417 feet to go, and you get a good move out there, but you get a wind push and a wind-assisted roll out to about 40, 45 feet.
Man, James gonna throw that Wraith again.
Look at this thing come in
Ooh,
here.
Pitch cam, let's go.
And he just weighted that perfectly, and it just crawls right up to the basket.
Man, that was nice.
That was a beautiful shot. And that was some creative disc golf for you. You had those trees up there with the very thick branches, so there's no way you're getting through them, so you tried a little skip shot underneath. If that would have gone in, that would have been amazing.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's as well as you can play that hole. That's what everybody wants to do. Is just throw something huge and park it, and James absolutely did that.
Yeah. All right, so we're on hole 7. James is looking up this. You just got to go basically right up this tunnel.
Yeah, and out of his hand, it looked really good. And even with that little kiss, it's still in decent position.
Yeah, 599 feet or 595 feet. It's a par 4, so he's in an okay spot. You try to follow him there,
Oh, let's go catch him.
and there it goes. You're up past the short tee pad. That was a great shot. Stayed clean.
Yeah, that's exactly where you want to put it if you can.
Yeah, James threw his Corvette off the tee, and then I think that was a Leopard 3 that he kind of turned over out of bounds. So that was an unfortunate misstep there. So now you've got a little breathing room, and you decide to take advantage of it.
Yeah,
I think I don't have to get up to the basket now. I can just
that's right.
put it to about 80. And all right, so James with the out-of-bounds stroke, he's behind by a couple of strokes on this hole, and all you have to do is pitch that up. Oh, we're used to seeing James make those, especially in this tournament.
Yeah, and I think he was just outside. He still stayed. I mean, it was really close.
All right, and there you go, and you grab another point.
Yeah, it was up and down, just like it was in Hot Springs, man. Back and forth and back and forth.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about, you were playing this the day after Hot Springs, and that was your first loss of the tournament. Was that in your head at all today, or did you just put it behind you?
No, yeah, I just, it's just a different emotion to fight through. I thought it would be interesting to follow up a loss with a win, and so I thought, why not? Let's just go for it.
Okay, you're throwing basically your Ballista Pro on every drive, right?
Yeah, I've got a different Ballista Pro for every shot.
All right, this is James' Star Destroyer he puts out there. He gets a little bit over to the left. He can't take a run up from there.
No, but with as long as this hole isn't as much wind, I mean, he knows he can still get his 4, and 4 will score at worst. So.
All right, so you're looking to uncork on this one.
Oh yeah, I want the 3 all day.
All right, it's turning, and that looked so nice, but it just didn't turn quite enough.
Yeah, I mean we can see that tailwind's about 20, 25. It was definitely interesting conditions.
All right, so Lecy taking his 3rd shot. And Lecy's form, I was watching it all through this tournament. He doesn't really have much of a reach back. He just, kind of cocks that arm and lets go. And you found yourself in some more rough here.
Yeah.
There's a lot of nasty rough out on Persimmon Ridge.
There really is. But if you play it enough, you get good at it. Those tiny little pockets, you can hit them. And, man, I'm blessed to be able to play this course as often as I do.
All right, so you had a nice out there to a very manageable putt. James puts it up there, gives it a chance, but the way the wind was swirling, it's really hard to predict what's going to happen. You can see the leaf just get taken out of frame there by the wind. And there. So, putting in the wind, is that something that you practice?
All the time, yeah. I'm not showing it here, but
yeah.
I come out here and practice a lot on this course, and then my front yard has a nice little tunnel where it stays breezy. That's usually where I putt.
All right, hole 9, 530-foot par 4. What's your play on this one, John?
Man, I want to go long and down left so I can set up for the grenade.
All right.
It's a PFAR sponsored hole too. Shout out.
So you get out there and the wind just came up really strong while we were standing on that tee pad, and it just smashed you down there. You didn't get quite the distance you were looking for, I don't think.
No, not quite.
Lecy puts it up a bit higher. And I think you guys got to, pretty similar distance there. Now you decide instead of going low, you go high on this one.
Yeah. Not all decisions are great decisions.
Yeah. So you threw the grenade. You were trying to go over that tree, but you ended up in it.
I'm lucky to actually be just short of it. In it isn't. But short of it, maybe I have a chance.
All right. So Lecy's trying to work something over on this left side, but he saws it off a little bit, and he finds himself on those trees too, and those are the grabbiest trees. So you thought about that shot for a long time. We didn't see it, but you ended up throwing a tomahawk or a thumber.
Yeah, just a thumber. Didn't throw a stable enough disc. The wind took it so far left right out of my hand. Look at that skill right there. I did not know that's what he chose to go with, and that's beautiful.
Yeah, like you were saying, he's done that a lot. So you were in like a net of branches over here. I mean, there was very little window, if any.
Yeah, that
was.
was.
As you can see.
I don't want to ever go there again.
Yeah, I was watching you trying to find your footing, and that was not a nice spot.
Yeah, that was tough.
And just low again for the. I don't even know what.
Yeah, I conceded at that point. James is just doing this to keep his strokes going. And rightfully so, man. That putter is on fire.
Yeah. He's probably trying to just, flex on you a little bit.
That's
too.
what he does, man. He's good at it.
All
He's
right.
a great competitor, dude. Absolutely love him.
So this is a tunnel shot, 259 feet. If it's a very pretty shot, if you can execute it, you can just throw it right up there, dead at the basket. James has got his DX rock. And turns it a little bit, gets a kiss off the tree, and he's, edge circle, maybe a little further.
Yeah, anything outside of that mouth is great.
Okay, and that was your justice, I think?
It's good.
That's a truth.
Oh,
it's a little
truth,
far
okay.
for justice, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, James is further out than I was remembering, so he's going to give this a run. And it looked good from back here.
But he's able to run those 50-footers, and his putter doesn't move 5 feet after it touches the ground.
Yeah. And being on this little mound, you wouldn't think it'd be that terrifying, but with the wind whipping the way it was, once you get that flight plate up, anything can happen.
Absolutely.
So. All right, hole 11, 801 feet. This is, you got to cross the cart path to be in bounds. It's, you're throwing from out of bounds, and you got to cross a cart path up there, and James doesn't quite make it.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite new holes that they put on the course. This was a great design. It does take a particular tee shot, but man, if you can get it, the three's there. And even if you go OB, most people that I play with, when they go OB, they're still getting the 5.
Yeah, so he's proceeding to a drop zone here. And he throws that one real low. Gets a skip under those trees, and it's not the best lie. So here you are. What's your thinking on this shot?
I don't want to talk about it. Man, I was thinking sky roller, and it was going to hit in the middle and cut out. And I believe it missed the fairway by 250 feet.
Yeah, I mean, the way, I hate to question you as a pro, but the way that wind was whipping, I didn't understand the high shot like that.
Yeah. Hey, I won't do it again, though. So
Yeah.
there we are.
So you made that shot and looked great back from where we were standing, but as it turns out, you were a little further out than it looked like.
Yeah, we experienced that together. I thought I was walking up to maybe 10 feet, and I think when we get there, it's closer to that 40.
Yeah, and James also having trouble getting under the canopy there. Yeah, so yeah, it looked a lot closer from our vantage point. And just having a little trouble getting the putter going.
Yeah, it's not it's just one of those things. Hopefully we'll get past it here in a minute.
And James does not miss a lot of those.
So starting off with an OBT shot on such a unique hole, he still walks away with the point. That's awesome.
So now Lecy is one up. He's throwing a big hyzer on this 635-foot par 4.
Yeah, man, he's got a cannon on him.
Yeah.
He can, especially with that Wraith. I think that's, in my opinion, that's the one that he really bombs.
Yeah. Would you call it sneaky distance?
It's definitely sneaky, but it's super consistent, man.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And there you get it out there.
Yeah, I was angry. That was a hate throw right there.
Yeah, I mean, you're no slouch in the distance department yourself. So Lecy is stepping up, trying to make this up shot, get it close. I believe that's his leopard again, leopard 3. And he turns it over into the rough.
Yeah, very common mistake. The OB line on the left, and it's, right behind the basket's gel too, so it's a tough approach shot.
And you hang on to that one a little bit.
I've been out there so many times.
Yeah, a little bit late release on that forehand, and it puts you in the bushes behind the basket. James with a patent pending turnover. Beautiful.
Yeah, that's beautiful, man. You're playing somebody throwing shots like that, man. That pressure is thick.
All right, not to mention the bushes are also thick.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. So you had to just try to rifle something out of there. And here you are for your 4, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Dead in the center.
Yeah, two very, kind of different 4s. But 2 4s nonetheless.
All right, hole 13. This one used to be a lot easier. You used to tee off up. Well, you can see the original tee pad, but from back here, it's really hard to get through those trees and up to the green.
And unless you do this is such a beautiful throw.
Whoa, he got through.
You can hear the crowd is surprised as well.
That's that sneaky distance, man. That's a 400-foot pump uphill. I don't care if it says 313.
Okay, you get yours turned a little bit, but trees are mostly air, so
That's right.
you're right there under that beautiful big oak there. Nice up shot. Force Lecy to run it if he wants to force the issue. And he gives it a shot. And one thing we were saying earlier before we started recording is when he misses those putts, even when he misses, he's running them from 50 feet, like he said. He doesn't miss by far.
No, him and Sean Gines have a very similar putt angle, and they just don't. They just hit and kind of do a little 5-foot roll, and that's it.
All right, so Lecy threw a glow Thunderbird on that one. He mixed it up on us, and you get your forehand a little high, a little turnt.
Yeah, just aiming at Jason again.
Yeah. And so you're out a good ways. And I was really surprised that you ran that putt. I thought, and it rolls away again. You get another roll to 40 feet. Yeah, I was surprised that you ran it because I was thinking with that wind and the uphill, but you know, hindsight.
Yeah, me versus Lecy, man. We want to win. We want to win hard, so I'm going for it, and I think
Okay,
most of the times
so-
he is too.
So Lecy is now 2 up, so he's taken the last 2 holes in a row. How are you feeling right now?
Man, just another hate throws coming on.
Yeah. Now this is one of the signature holes out here, if not the signature hole.
Yeah, and that's a beautiful drive.
Yeah, you got to get over that cart path to be in bounds, but that's not the trouble for you, for either of you guys. And here you unleash the hate throw.
Yeah, man, that's all you can do up here. Is you got to pump it, and you really kind of want it to end right over there towards that oak tree. Even where mine ended, it could have got a skip and gone OB too.
Yeah. So we're on hole 15. Lecy's 2 up, and he's looking to slam the door at this point.
Yeah, he's trying to do work.
But he gets a little bit of a wind skip there. Pretty far outside. You back to the forehand. Is that also a ballista?
That's a Lucid X Felon.
Felon. And that looks like a pretty good shot. I mean, you're circle's edge. Wide open look. Lecy gonna run this one too. Try to put it away. Well, not put it away yet, but he's giving it a run.
Man, they're so close every time.
And that's dangerous because bad things can happen when it comes in on that angle.
And I need this one pretty bad.
And it catches edge and rolls out of bounds. There's a
Yeah.
little out of bounds line there. And so Lecy's going to take his 3rd point in a row. And
That'll be Dormy right now. Yeah, that was a tough one, but it's not over.
yeah, 3 up with 3 to go. So you need to win out to tie. So it's got to be a little nerve-wracking.
Oh yeah, nerves are at max right here. But he leaves me, once again, he gives me room to, make my own fate.
Yeah, if you can get the birdie here, you can go to the next hole and see what happens there. You give that plenty of width. It's looking really good, but that wind just won't let it penetrate. So you end up...
Yeah, this is to close it off right here.
Yeah, Lecy could win the match with this and the championship, but he leaves it out there. But, I mean, now you have to make this to extend the match. This is the championship on the line, I'm sure, and you can see the wind just whipping straight from behind you. Dead on line, but just not high enough.
Yeah, it wasn't my day, but it was this man's day.
Yeah.
Actually, it was his weekend, man. He was so dominant in Hot Springs and out here on this course as well.
And there he goes for the championship. He wins it 3 up with 3 to go. It was a great match. John, I was sorry to see you go, but I mean, somebody's got to win and somebody's got to lose, right?
That's right. It's not always your story. James, just leaving, backing out of Diamond State, so much he's done. This is for him.
All right, it's all over. 79 matches, 40 players, and it came down to it today at Persimmon Ridge. And the winner of the 501 Match Play 2020 tournament is Mr. James Lecy.
Let's go.
Hey! There you go. You got the number
Yeah,
one.
well-deserved win
got
for
the
him.
lovely trophy.
Thank you.
Great playing today.
Thank you, 501. Thank you, Scott Standards. Thank you, John Sanders, for 3 awesome rounds that we played. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Innova. Stay tuned next year. Way to go. Thanks, everybody,
Look
for
at that
watching.
guy.
Appreciate everybody. Let's go.
Thank you very
All right,
much. All right, 501.
All right,
See you
thanks,
next time.
John. It was fun talking about it with you.
Yeah, man, I enjoyed it. Way to go, James Lecy.